Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, this sinful kingdom, which is Babylon, Egypt, Sodom, and Rome. To let you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian and Haitians know to seek the Lord while he may be found. So with that, we're going to give our praises to YAHAWAH,
YAHAWASHI, 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 Rakar Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hope for the elect. Shalom to the Aqua who are listening and learning. And let me get Ecclesiastes 39:1. And hold Jeremiah 28:8.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
And that's what we doing, man. Being occupied in prophecies. Hey, hold Judges 5:11. We out here, we seeking out the ancient, man. Okay? I tell you that in Job 8:8, man, to search out our fathers. Which is this truth, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, doing the work for YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. To let our people know, man, it's time to wake up out of sleep and come back to the Father, man. Because he finna destroy this place. The prophecies are playing out. You got Iran and Russia and China and North Korea and Syria. All these countries, man, is ready to take North America out. And Jake still out here worrying about parties, man. Party and bullshit. So you got that?
Jeremiah what?
28:8.
This is Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And that's what's coming, man. War, evil, and pestilence. Hold Matthew 24, start at 1. And these times, man, the diseases is finna take off. Okay, the famine finna take off. Martial law, race riot, concentration camps. This RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, is playing a big part right now. They is pushing this RFID microchip over the entire planet, man. Okay, it's in the airports. People is getting it to open up their doors on their houses, to start their motorcycles and their vehicles. Okay, to get into their office buildings. We're in the time of prophecy, and they are playing out every day. Go ahead, Doc.
More on that?
No, that was it on that.
This is Matthew chapter 24, starting at the top. And Yahawashi went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahawashi said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Right. And that was talking about him destroying what, his body, the temple, when he was walking on the earth then. But this is a spiritual temple being built. Go ahead.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
Right. So you got a lot of false prophets coming out here in sheep clothing, okay, wearing soft raiment, deceiving the people, man. Okay, these soft raiment wearers up in these harlot houses, deceiving the people. Go ahead.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
Right.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
Hold on. And you got this guy that come on late night, what his name is, Peter Popoff, man, selling miracle water. And he got, on his infomercials, he got a bunch of jakes, and they really deceiving the people, saying the miracle water really worked, man. Talking about they received a check in the mail for 15 and 20 grand and they out of debt and all this and that. Hey, man. And you got another Jake, I forgot his name, but he actually said that he is Jesus Christ in the flesh, man. I forgot his name. I can't call his name right now.
That's the one with the...
But he talking about he Jesus Christ in the flesh, man. Yeah, Joshua Holmes. A demon, man. And what they just said, they shall come in my name saying I am Christ, man. Go ahead,
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Hey, listen, and let's not even go outside North America. You got the Republicans and the Democrats going against each other right now. So it seems. Now everything is propaganda, deceiving the people like they really against each other, but really they together, man. But you got the Democrats against the Republicans, man, right now. The House against the House, man. Satan divided against Satan. Then you got the other countries, EU and NATO, which is going to come against North America, man. All the allies of North America is soon to turn on North America, man. It tell you that in Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. They that ate their bread with thee shall surely lay a wound unto thee. Go ahead.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Nah, it's been famine all around the world, man. Okay? The only place it really hasn't hit hard yet is in North America. But when it hit the shores of North America, all you, my 600-pound life, you're gonna be in trouble, man. Y'all gonna be in trouble, man. And all you other ones out here that's eating good, living good, no cares of the world, you're gonna be in trouble, man. Because famine is going on in Yemen, in Syria, and other parts of the country, man. They have no food, man. They drinking dirty water.
I got a precept.
And they got diseases, okay? Diseases going on. And it's been earthquakes. And last year, Hawaii had over 9,000 earthquakes, man. That, they said that, I forgot what they call the scale, that caught all 9,000. It was 9,009 earthquakes. Some was small, some was big. So these things, to show us the time of YAHAWASHI departure, we send them every day, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 4.
Right.
Riches profit not in the day of wrath,
Right.
but righteousness delivereth from death.
Hey, Isaiah 33 and 6 say, wisdom, knowledge, and stability shall be the stability. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. So the righteousness is what's going to deliver you, man. Not your gold and silver. I think it's in Isaiah, I forgot what verse, but it say they should throw their gold and silver in the streets, man. It should not profit you. And the Lord telling the elites, the rich, it say, how ye, all you with riches, man. Your garments are moth-eaten and your riches are corrupted, man. So even the elites ain't gonna be able to say this over their riches, man. The Lord got a hedge around them so they can go hide in their bunkers and they submarines for that day of judgment to take out the peon Edomites in 2/3. So their riches ain't gonna save them, man. That's the hedge the Lord got around them that's gonna hold them so they can be thrown in captivity under chains, man.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Right.
Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
Right.
Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
And they is strong right now, man. That's why you see all these countries, and they got these missiles, man. They got hypersonic missiles, man. Okay, Russia said the missiles that they shoot off, North America can't even detect them, man. So they ready, man. The weak nations, North Korea, Syria, China, Iran. Listen, Iran wasn't even in this 2 months ago. Now you got Iran talking big shit. Iran talking big, man. It was just North Korea and Russia a couple months ago. Now you got Iran that stepped in like, hey, we weak. We was weak, but we strong now. And then they said that they don't really want to build weapons. They don't really want to build missiles. But they got the nuclear energy or whatever
Reactive.
right, to create them, but they don't want to create them. Hey, the Lord gonna put the spirit on you to create these. When you read on Jeremiah, he said these is his weapons of war, man. Okay, the Lord have opened up his armory. So they tell you in Isaiah 54:16, man, that he created the smith that blow the coals in the fire. Go ahead,
Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen,
right,
and gather yourselves together round about.
right,
Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened,
right.
and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
And that's YAHAWASHI, man. Go ahead.
For there will I set to judge all the heathen round about.
Right, and that Jehoshaphat is finna tell you when the brother keep reading what that means. Go ahead,
Put ye in the sickle,
right,
for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full.
right,
And Salakia, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, in the valley of decision.
That's all those nations, man. All these other kingdoms, these mountains and hills and valleys. Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
That's what YAHAWASHI mean. Jehoshaphat, the valley of decision, the Lord's decision, man. Go ahead.
The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Hey, that what is it? That mushroom cloud, man. It's gonna be many mushroom clouds. Hey, what it say? The heavens shall be rolled together as a stroll, man. Go
Not
ahead.
to mention, Salakia, not to mention, it's those missiles. So many missiles are going to be in the air. It's going to block out the damn.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Salakia, verse 16. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem.
Hey, it tell you in 1 Thessalonians and in Matthew 25 that the Lord will shout with a cry, man. Go ahead.
And the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people.
Right. It said the earth shall shake from the missiles, man. And the only one that's going to get salvation in that day, scarcely salvation, is the elect, man. Go ahead.
It says, let me read that over. Joel chapter 3, verse 16. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people,
right,
and the strength of the children of Israel.
Hey, that's possessive pronoun, man. It said his people, man. Not all people. His people, man. Go ahead.
So shall ye know that I am the Lord, your power dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore.
Right. Hey, let's get Malachi 4:1. Bring your precept out,
It's Isaiah 31, verse 4.
Right.
For thus hath the Lord, YAHAWASHI,
Start from the top,
It's Isaiah chapter 31, verse 4. For thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them.
Right.
So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion,
right,
and for the hill thereof.
Which is the elect. The Lord is coming back to defend his elect, man, for his holy name. Not for the elect's sake, for his holy name, man. Go ahead.
As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
Right. It say as birds flying. Hey, meaning them chariots gonna be in formation, man. Thousands and thousands, man. Hey, when you see birds flying, when they flying to the south or to the north or wherever you see them flying, they be in that V shape, man. Read that again.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
Hey, he telling you, hey, how birds fly, that's how them chariots gonna be coming back.
Coming in attack formation.
Right, in attack.
Yeah,
right.
God.
Right. Who gonna be in the front? YAHAWASHI, man. Go ahead.
Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
Done.
Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted.
Right.
For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver
There it is.
and his idols of gold,
Hey, beautiful, you found that.
which
Beautiful.
your own hands have made unto you for a sin.
Right. Hey, nothing shall be able to save you in that day but wisdom and knowledge, man. Without wisdom, without knowledge, you are nothing. Like I said last week, man.
God.
You are nothing, man. Hey, like he said about the other nations, you are a spittle, man. You are a drop that fall up from a bucket, man. If you don't have the wisdom, not understanding, hey, listen, and we, Lord's willing, what it is, all the one rock the czar, man. Lord's willing to get salvation. So how much more 2/3, man? Yeah, read.
I'm holding Malachi.
Oh yeah, go ahead, read that.
It's Malachi chapter 4, verse 1.
Right.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven,
Get 2 Peter,
and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly,
chapter 3.
shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI,
Right.
that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Hey, that day is coming, man. That shall burn as an oven. People don't understand how serious that is, man. Listen, that fire. Oh, matter of fact, Isaiah 9 and 5. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. The day coming is gonna burn like an oven, man. Okay, 2 Peter 3 tell you that knowing that the earth is finna be destroyed, or the people, the earth too, because everything gotta be replenished, renewed, refreshed, afresh. So, knowing that the earth finna be destroyed, man, what manner of person are you ought to be in our holy conversation? This ain't no time to be talking about the Knicks and the Lakers going up, man.
If I could say this, and this ain't the time to be talking about Mayweather and T.I., man.
Right.
That's what Jake stuck on simple ass, small ass battles and not even paying attention to the war.
Right.
You got it, bro.
It's serious.
I want to say on that, yeah, they talking about boycotting for 3 months. What the fuck is that gonna do? They gonna go right back after 3 months? Jake is simple, man.
Here it is, the so-called white man drop bodies. And you mad about a sweater?
They said one dude said, I'm not gonna rock Gucci, I'm gonna rock Louis Vuitton.
It's the
just as
same
bad,
house.
You goddamn coon.
A lot of them YSL, they all in the same house. They all
Right.
company, they all mothers, they got the same parent company.
So do. All of them.
Jake just simple, man. Here it is, the so-called white man that disrespected our nation, and you mad about a sweater. He done actually killed families, man. He done destroyed our people out here, and y'all worry about sweaters, man. Show you how low Jake done reached, man. Simple ones, like the Most High say in Proverbs, man.
Nobody know who they is. Everybody still, this 2019, Jake still saying they black,
Yep.
they Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. Not, I'm either from the Northern Kingdom or the Southern Kingdom. It's oh, I watched a little clip. The video is called I'm Not Black, I'm a Dominican. And the chick was on what's this show? Breakfast Club. She told me I'm Afro-Dominican. I was like, man, Jake is bugged out of him. All these things is going on. And these niggas want about the stupidest things, man.
Things that don't matter none whatsoever.
It had nothing to do with salvation. Oh man, what's that verse? Is it not Philippians? It said about a company and salvation. Things we should be pertaining to. I forgot the scripture. It's about you're supposed to be dealing with prophecies, man. I know the words in is accompanying salvation. Cause you're supposed to be speaking on things that's pertaining to getting salvation, man. How to get up out of here. Not one about nothing that doesn't matter, man. You got it?
Yeah.
Read that real quick.
Hebrews chapter 6, verse 9.
That's it.
But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation,
Right.
though we thus speak.
Right. That's what we speaking about, man. Accompanying salvation. How to get out of here. These Edomites done slayed our people, man. Okay, Psalm 83 tell you that they came together with a crafty counsel to cut the name of Israel out from us, man. And they showed you that in the movie Roots. They showed you Psalm 83 in the movie Roots, man.
If I can say, if I can say this, because Jay could see the DC video and be like, y'all can't talk about white people like that. Y'all can't. Jake got a right to be angry, man. Jake got a right to be upset. Everybody else got opinions and they exercise their freedom of speech. But when you Negroes start standing up, that's when they tell you to calm down, man.
Right.
But no, we're not gonna calm down, man. What the so-called white man did to our people is gonna be done unto him, man. As it should be. That's what we call justice.
Righteous justice.
And you should be upset about that, man. Your people out here destroyed and you not mad about that, man. You supposed to be upset, man.
Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has destroyed our people, man. And Jake does not know, they do not consider, man. Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 9.
Right.
Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion.
Right.
Who shall rouse him up?
Hey, who shall rouse Judah up? Oh, what that is in Jeremiah is Isaiah. Is Israel a homeborn slave, man? Jake. Go ahead,
the spirit of YAHAWASHI is gonna rouse Jake up, man.
Right.
That's who's gonna lift Jake out of that crouched state. YAHAWASHI, because Jake is docile right now, man.
Right.
You got it, bro.
Oh, what are they? Michael 5 and 8.
Yeah.
Michael 5 and 8.
Oh, I got it. I get it.
You got another precept up?
I was just gonna get that what you just called.
Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 2 and 14. Is Israel a servant?
Right.
Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled? Because Isaiah 30 and 12 say what? My people trust in oppression, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's the problem. Jake spoiled. Oh, 2nd Ezra 9 and 10. They have secret benefits and have not known me, man. Jake is destroyed, man.
That's a homeborn slave mentality. To not even be able to speak up about what's being done to your people, man. And to shun any of your nation that does that, man.
When we're still feeling the effects.
We're still going through it. Steve Harvey and Monique had a conversation where Steve Harvey was trying to justify cooning, man.
Right.
He was basically trying to justify cooning. The worst thing you could do for poor people is be one of them. But you can't speak the truth. Because this the money game. They say Jake's mindset is so docile and homeborn slave-like that Jake could take any kind of gift and justify not speaking up for his people and saying what's really being done to our people, man.
Right, man. Right. Yeah, man. Oh, that Michael 5 and 8, you got that?
It's so crazy because if I can say this, YAHAWASHI said we were bought with a price. Steve Harvey was bought with a price on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
right, man.
And he talking about if I speak truth, my kids gonna crumble. I'm gonna crumble. But that's a huge difference from crazy. Muhammad Ali having an interview, even though him going into Islam was off. He still had a mindset of trying to liberate the nation of Yasha some way, form, and fashion. He was like, look, I hitchhike. It would not make sense for me to have all this money and I can't go back to the hood. I'd rather not have it. He said, I'd rather hitchhike than to sit here and just be silent as my people be destroyed. And you can see that mindset then as opposed to this mindset now. And these are the leaders of our people. A man like Steve Harvey, who would say, it's just get the money and play the game. Well, he is a leader of these,
I'm joking, I'm being facetious. But when you look at Steve Harvey, right, what the hell is he famous for, man? Acting like a damn woman in church. That's what made him famous, bro. Acting like that.
Cooning, man. Cooning. A family feud coon, man.
This is Psalms 94, verse 16.
Oh, yeah, that's mine. Yeah.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Right. The elect will. Present our body a living sacrifice. Lord's willing. Go ahead,
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Hey, the elect, man. Present our bodies as a living sacrifice, standing in great boldness before the face of these Edomites, these so-called white people, man. Devils, man. Deceivers. Diablos, man.
And it ain't no secret no more, man. Like, the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom, which is Cain, was a fugitive and a vagabond for so long that now the Lord is starting to pull that cover from off of him, man.
Right.
Just like on what's that Scooby-Doo, when they used to pull off the mask, it always used to be a so-called white man.
Right, every time.
Yeah, every time. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you kids. If it wasn't for you Israelites.
Right.
If it wasn't for YAHAWASHI, you know?
Yeah. If it wasn't for you Israelites, I would have got away with it.
Yeah.
No. When you read 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8, he say, what this let me read it, I don't want to butcher it. What you want? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. You got that Michael 5?
I still got it.
Yeah.
2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8.
Alright.
And then shall that wicked be revealed,
Right.
whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
And the spirit of the Lord's mouth is his prophets bringing out his words, man. Okay, bring out the Lord's words. Read that one more time.
2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8.
Right.
And when that wicked
Good.
And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
And the wicked has been revealed, which is Esau, Edom, you so-called white people. Go ahead.
Man.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
And that's talking about the chariots and the intercontinental ballistic missiles. Go ahead, Art.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 31.
Right.
O generation, see ye the word of the Lord.
Right.
Have I been in the wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are lords. We will come no more unto thee.
Right.
And that's what happened. They forgot the Lord, man.
Right.
They cleaving on to Esau, man. Well,
Right.
this talking about Assyria, but it still applies. Man.
Right. Yeah.
It says, wherefore say my people, we are lords. We will come no more unto thee.
Steve Harvey's, you know what I'm saying?
They want to come to the Lord.
Right.
Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet, yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Forever, man. It says, this is the main point though, 33.
Go ahead.
Verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Right.
Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked one thy ways.
And Jake trimmed his way to seek love, man. And that's what Steve Harvey is trying to convince people that it's our nation that it's okay to do. To trim your way for a gift, man. To not actually stand up for your people, to just be a docile, homeborn slave, man.
Right.
1 Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11.
Oh yeah.
In those days went out of Israel wicked men,
Right.
who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen
Right.
that are round about us.
And that's these Steve Harveys and all these other 2/3 wicked Israelites in the entertainment world. Go ahead.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Right.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
And that's exactly what Jake doing now. In corporate America, in your regular 9-to-5, Jake is trimming his way to seek love from the so-called white man to get a crumb off his table, man. And that's not enough for the nation of Yasha, not for the hopeful elect. We rather wait on the mercy of YAHAWASHI. You got it, brother.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's from those missiles.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. It's the main point. Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in? All holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahawah, wherein the heavens be on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the day of judgment, and we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth, man. And there's no gift on this planet that's going to suffice or satisfy us, man. We're only satisfied with the salvation of YAHAWASHI. Nothing else is going to satisfy or pacify the hopeful elect, man. You got it, brother.
This Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Beautiful.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad,
Right.
and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And that's twofold, man. Because if you do have wisdom, you're supposed to be upset. And at the same time, the gifts that Esau is receiving, or I should say that he's given to our nation, is pacifying the leaders of our nation, man, the heads. That's why the Lord said in Isaiah, the whole head is sick. Because the leadership of our nation have taken gifts from the Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And because they've taken those gifts, they won't say what's real. You got it, bro.
Let me read this. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 7. It said, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. So that's them trusting in their riches, man.
Right.
That gold and silver, man. Okay, these FRN notes. And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. Set not thy heart upon goodly unjust. Set not thy heart upon goods unjustly gotten.
Right.
For they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity.
And they're not gonna profit, man. These mortgages, these 401ks, these whole 30-year plans that these people have and that they trust in, it's all gonna be dissolved with fervent heat.
Done.
And the pride of these people are gonna be is gonna be low, or I should say humble. YAHAWASHI is about to bring great fear and judgment on this planet, man. You got it, brother.
It's just Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put ye on the Lord Yahawashi Hamashiach, and make not provisioning for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Because the flesh will get you destroyed, man. At this point in time, it's too close to the end to be giving yourself unto folly. YAHAWASHI is actually about to close this chapter of the book, and he's going to do it with great judgment. And what manner of person should you be in this time, man? In all holy and godly conduct, which is what conversation goes into. You got it, brother.
Got precept.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
It's Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break thorough and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt,
Right.
and where thieves do not break thorough nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right.
You got it, brother. Go ahead.
And that's Jake trusting his treasures, man. We just going into that in Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 7, man. I'm gonna read this, bro, and then you can I want to read it one more time since he said that. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for sudden shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
And the Lord's main target is the so-called white man. but he's gonna catch everybody else in the mix.
Right.
His main target is the so-called white man, because he's been waiting to get that old serpent since the garden. He's preserved that old serpent, the so-called white man, since the garden. Now it's his time to pay up, man. All the stuff that he done to Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is gonna be paid back in blood. It ain't amount of money that you can give to replace the blood of the children of Israel.
Right.
Only death and destruction.
Gone.
You got it, brother.
This is I want to go at.
Go ahead.
I lost my train of thought, bro.
No, you good, huh?
This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
And that's those missiles. That's the cherry on top. But before those missiles come, the Lord is going to bring grievous famine, pestilence, wars, race riots. All of these things are going to happen before the missiles even touch down, man. And all of these things, all of these scourges are meant for the wicked. All of these people who are proud in heart, they think because they bank account big that they ain't got nothing to worry about. The Lord is going to deal with all men. And we're just hoping that the Lord has a pardon on us, man. But the Lord is coming down to plead with all flesh. Some are going to receive that, I should say few are going to receive that pardon, and the majority are going to receive that sword.
Right.
You got it, brother.
This is Jeremiah 15, verse 1. Then said the Lord Yahawah, Bahashim Yahawashi unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for captivity to the captivity.
Yeah, the Lord is very organized with his judgment.
Right.
Everybody walking out here got a profile, and they got an end game. Some are reserved for famine. Some are reserved for the teeth of wild beasts. The so-called white man love hunting so much, the Lord gonna have the animals hunt him.
Gone.
You got it, brother.
Jeremiah 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahawashem Yahawashi, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
It is vanishing. Go ahead, my bad, dog.
You got it. Huh?
Yeah, I just want to say that.
Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Don, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But I have made Esau bare.
Yeah. Because Esau's house is going to be completely removed, man. The Lord ain't leaving. There's going to be no lone survivor. This ain't going to be a Mark Wahlberg film. Right. You ain't going to have a lone survivor walking out with bruises from the judgment of Yahawah Yahawashi.
Right.
And he barely made it on the... Nah, it's after 1,000 years, his whole legacy, his whole progeny is going to be wiped away, his whole heritage. The Lord said there's going to be none remaining in the house of Esau. And that's because of the deeds that he's done, man. People see these 2019 so-called white people and they forget how they was in the 1800s.
Right.
People see these 2019 so-called white people and forget how they were in the 1600s.
Okay, they forget how they were in the 50s.
Right.
That's not that long ago, man.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, that man got charges.
Right.
When you bring up, the Lord is bringing up an indictment on the so-called white man.
That's why the Lord say, I'm gonna put you in remembrance,
right?
Though you once knew this.
Because he was a fugitive and a vagabond from the beginning. He was already convicted from the beginning. His charge was just, what do? When they move your charge to a later date?
Postponed his trial.
Yeah, they postponed it.
Right.
His judgment was just postponed for a second. And now the Lord is about to do what? Like the brother brought out, bring the calamity on Esau.
Right.
And you can see it on his face, he ain't ready for what's about to happen to him.
Everything gonna be ran concurrent too with you, devil.
Yeah. Since you love that word, right? Since you love that word.
You're gonna have 1 million life sentences.
Yeah, man, but that's the so-called white man in 2019 is the same one from the 1800s and the 1600s.
God.
He just straight right now.
Right.
He don't got nobody else to kill and rob to keep this country. So now he's fat and he's in a fat state where he can just relax. But the Lord said as soon as you get ready to eat it all up, he's gonna make you vomit it all up, man.
Right. God.
And that's the time that we coming into. You got it, brother.
Back in Jeremiah 49 verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Right.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Hey, he said, leave his children what? Leave his children.
Fatherless.
Right. And what he said? What he said after that?
He says, leave thy fatherless children.
Right.
I will preserve them alive.
To do what? To go in slavery, man. Okay? Oh yeah. Chains and whips. Fetters of iron, man. Captivity.
And it makes sense, man. It ain't rocket science. It ain't, you know, in the so-called white man system, right? When you have a court agreement and it don't work out, what do? You take it to the Supreme Court, right?
Right.
Eventually, if it don't get dissolved or solved at these certain points, you go to the Supreme Court.
Right.
The so-called white man's trial has went up to the Supreme Court.
Right.
And the Lord has found him guilty on all charges.
All charges.
Supreme being is gonna judge him.
Exactly.
Right.
And now he's guilty on all charges.
Trying to cover his face up, you damn devil.
Right.
Yeah.
Tried to say you was the supreme being.
The Lord say what? I will uncover your secret places, man. Okay, Isaiah 47:1 say, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, man. There is no throne for thee. It's over, man. Your kingdom is falling, man. Luke 10:18, Yahawashi said, I saw Satan falling as lightning, man.
Yeah.
That means fast.
Well, when you think about it, the inception of America is almost 300 years old.
Right.
And with all of those years it's been incepted, they've been at war the majority of the time they've been here.
Majority of the time.
That shows you that's Esau, Edom.
Right.
They live by the sword. Without these wars, America would not be what it is today. They must continue to fight to establish and keep the riches that they've stolen.
Well, Isaac told him, you shall live by the sword.
Exactly. And what does a robber do? He has to keep a gun on him.
Right.
Because he done stole from so many people that if he put his gun down, somebody go take
Somebody
what
gonna
belongs
bust
to
him in
them.
the head.
How did Esau do that now? By leaving his military in your damn country.
Yeah.
Right.
He leaves them there to let you know, hey, that's what's up.
And when you go back into Rome, that's exactly what they did. They would conquer a territory and they would leave a garrison in that territory.
Right.
Which is a certain amount of soldiers to govern that land after they've conquered it. And that's what the so-called white man has done all across the world. That's why he has the most military bases all across the world.
They stole that from David. The David was leaving garrisons everywhere.
That's warfare. That's warfare 101.
Every time King David was taken down, he was putting a garrison. Every time, man.
But now we in a time where all of that's not gonna work no more.
Right.
The same way Rome fell, Rome was spread too thin and their economy was shit.
Oh, wow.
This thing is happening the same way because it's the same people. They're coming right back into their same heritage and they're gonna do the same thing. Only this time, they're not gonna come back up. There's not gonna be a revived Roman Empire for the second time. This is the last time the Roman Empire is gonna be revived. That's why you have the Roman numerals, the Roman architecture. Because this is Rome all over again.
Right.
That's why you have the stadiums with the NFL games, the gladiator games. But Rome is gonna fall like it did in the past, and this time it's not getting back up. You got it, brother.
I was watching on YouTube, right? Dude did a video and he was showing how all Esau, Edom, all their military bases, right? How they spread it everywhere. But the Edomites are finished, man. Okay, all you Edomites is finished, man. Your kingdom is done, man. It's nothing else you can do but come down like Revelation 12 and 12 say, man. Okay?
Not to cut you off, brother, but like I said, the only thing you could have did was rule by the sword, man. And we brought out already. Let the weak say I'm strong. So
There's nothing
got
else.
The gat too, man.
There's nothing else you could have did.
And Gog is gonna come to their defense, man.
You were made to do exactly what you're doing now.
True, man.
And now your mission is complete.
God.
And just like Esau and his CIA and his secret agencies, once the shooter's done, what do? They get rid of this guy. Because they do what? They tie up all the loose ends. YAHAWASHI is about to tie up that loose end. Because he's been a loose end since the garden. He's been the wicked since the garden.
Your job was to show us what the wicked is, man. You was to punish us. The new covenant, when YAHAWASHI return, we're going to be perfect. That's all?
Nah.
I just want to show this. You good, Op. I just want to show this. These all the countries that Esau got a military base.
Yeah.
And they were showing this on RT News. All the countries that Esau got military bases.
Wow. That's crazy, huh?
But and at that time, it's like marvel not. Because Esau was supposed to do this. He just got better and better at the sword. He got better at his craft. He was created to be the man of war, the bloody man. And he was great at his job. He's a Hall of Famer when it comes to the sword.
Right.
But now his time is upon him.
Hey, the most cunning hunter of the field. That's
Right.
He was the what did he say in Genesis? The most he was the most subtle of any beast on the field.
Right.
And now it's over with, man. Now it must be paid back. And there ain't no repentance for Esau. You got it, brother.
Man, kick that shit out there. Go ahead. No, you good.
Okay, this is back in Jeremiah 49, verse 13.
Still gonna kick that.
For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord,
Right.
that Bozrah shall become a desolation and a reproach, a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. That's it on that.
Cause you,
go ahead.
Cause in Genesis when Esau went off, which is the serpent in the garden, he did what? He pleaded for a lighter sentence.
Right.
It's not gonna happen again. Cause this guy, we just had a guy who looked like an Edomite come up and put down a pamphlet that said repentance and faith. Because at this point, there's no debating that the so-called white man is the devil. There's no debating that no more. He's the wicked on the earth. Now the only thing he can do is pray for mercy. That's the only thing he can do is hope for some form of repentance. But what did it say in Hebrews?
Even though he saw it with
Let's get it,
tears.
man. Come on, man. That's the spirit.
Even though he saw it with tears.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Right.
For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
And now the tears are about to start going. Because when Esau ain't got that blade, the only thing he can resort to is them tears and that words of butter. And it's not going to work now. The Lord gave you a lighter sentence in the garden, and now it's time to collect.
It's time to collect the sentence.
Got two if I could.
Yeah,
This is Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Right.
Nah, forget that. Forget the past. He said, happy shall thou be. Read that over, Salaki.
Right.
Psalms 137 and 9.
Nah, forget the past.
Remember, 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
Now this how you know that Babylon it said, "O daughter Babylon," it's talking about the Edomites. It just said, remember who? The children of Edom, right? The old daughters of Babylon. Now, when you go to Isaiah 47:1, it say, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." That's talking about the Edomites, man.
We can't let
Basra.
Can't let bygones be bygones.
No, no, hell
Turn
no,
the other cheek, God.
no,
Love that brother.
no.
But that show you that the Lord
Not
hardened
thus saith the scripture.
that the Lord hardened Esau's heart, man.
Right,
Just like he did Pharaoh, man.
right,
Because Esau had plenty of opportunities to at least try to make it right. And Esau refused to do that because of his own pride, because he didn't feel like he would be judged for
Because
this.
he had a perpetual hatred, man.
Right.
He couldn't help it. In the womb, he can't help it, man. Two manner of people. It just is what it is, man. That's his lot. To be the wicked.
Now these
That's the
Edomites,
grass fitted for destruction.
gone. Now these Edomites love to say, "Oh, Deuteronomy 23:7, right? You should not abhor Edomite, right?"
Bringing out the big gun.
So when you go to that word Edomite in Deuteronomy 23:7, it's gonna come up. It's gonna say H123, right? When you go to H123, it's gonna give you a reference to go to H726. Now, when you go to 726, this is what it say: a clerical error for 130, an Edomite, as in the margin, Syrian. So that wasn't talking about you Edomites. Assyrian's supposed to be there. It say it's a clerical error.
That was actually crafty counsel because the word is similar.
Right,
In the Hebrew, right? Assyrian was similar to.
right,
with
right.
the proper
And just for
word.
edification on the camera, can they see that on the camera?
That crafty counsel.
They know what they doing, bro.
Closer.
Same way with our children.
A clerical error. It's supposed to be Syrian right there,
Yeah.
and Deuteronomy 23:7, not Edomite. So why would the Lord have them to be the enemy? And then when you read Amos 1:11, it say he had a perpetual hatred. So why would that change? When did that change? It never changed, man. It was a separation from birth, man. You Edomites are finished, man.
Y'all done that.
Then you got this so-called Jew with a damn yarmulke on his head. He want to bring out, you see it? He want to bring out Deuteronomy 32:26. Man, listen, man. You Edomites are finished, man. There's nothing else you can do, man.
But that's a slow progression into destruction. Because before they weren't Edomites. Before we were Israelites,
Right.
the first argument was we're not Israelites. The second argument was we not Edomites.
Right.
And now the third argument is to have mercy on Esau, and Esau can still make it.
Right.
That shows you that they're slowly starting to understand that their fate is sealed, man.
Sealed.
And even the so-called Jesus freak, even the Jesus freak came up to us and said, "Oh, Edom can make it too." Yeah, he can. In slavery,
Right.
in chains. Okay, according to Psalm 149, your nobles, your kings and nobles shall be bound with chains and fetters of iron, man. You Edomites are done, man. You idiot mites. That's what you is.
And that's only for 1,000 years.
You red
Hebrew idiot mites.
You red Hebrew idiot mites, man.
And that's
You are
only
finished.
that's only for 1,000 years, and then they're gonna be destroyed.
Gun.
I got a quick one.
Go ahead,
Second Thessalonians 1:6.
Beautiful.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahawah to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Who troubled us, man? The so-called white man. That's who troubled the 12 tribes of Israel.
And his other his allies,
Right.
his cohorts,
Read more of this out.
Ham,
Go ahead.
Ishmael, the Persians,
Finish it out. Let me finish it out.
Moab, Ammon.
Host,
All of them had a party in this. All of them had a piece of this pie, man. They all did the same job. Esau just had a bigger slice of the pie, man.
Gun. Go ahead,
It's the Second Thessalonians 1:6. I'm gonna keep going on though. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahawah to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahawashi shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels.
Right.
in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahawah,
Right.
and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahawashai Hamashiach.
Right. And that's Lamentation 4:22. Okay? He said he will no more carry the Israelites into captivity, man. So we rejoicing now. In mourning. We still in mourning, but we rejoicing, man. Go ahead,
That's in there.
All right.
We got Amos 1 and 11.
Right.
It's Amos chapter 1 verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom,
Right.
and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
Who is his brother? Jacob, man. Now, did Esau kill Jacob? No. Who did he kill, though? He killed Jacob's seed, man. Still killing them thus day, man. Go ahead.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword,
Right.
and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever.
But hold on.
If I can say this, and that ties in, that shows you that when the Lord mentions Edom and Jacob, it's not just those physical men,
Right.
but their seed.
Right.
Because Esau didn't kill Jacob.
Right.
You gotta
Good
go.
Right.
point, because they always try to say that
Right.
everything was, all the curses are pertaining to just Esau,
Right.
and not his seed.
No, it said the whole house of Esau
Con.
and Obadiah.
Say prepare slaughter for his
children.
Right. And he just read that in Jeremiah 49 when it said what? His children shall be preserved. For what? For Isaiah 14 and 21.
Americans bugged
For
out,
prepared slaughter for. They've been preserved to go into slavery, and the rest of them gonna be done away with, man.
Plain and simple.
By them ICBM missiles and the famine, race riot, concentration camp. Cause them Edomites going into it too. Just like 2/3 of Jake gonna be destroyed. Esau Edom, these peon Edomites, what they call these 6-pack Edomites, they gonna get destroyed too.
So-called white man, woman, and child, man. Cause that's how our seed went into captivity.
Right.
Man, woman, and child, spare none. You got it, man.
It say Israel and Judah were oppressed together, man. So guess what? Esau, Edom, Ammon, Moab, Elam, you all shall be oppressed together, man.
Let's get it.
Go ahead.
Let's get it.
This is Psalms 83. I saw it at the top. Keep not thou silence, O Yahawah. Hold not thy peace,
Right.
and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They
Hold on. It said they that hate thee. So what the hell is Edomite talking about? Deuteronomy 23 and 7. Nigga, it said they that hate